Rosie, is that a snow globe helmet?
It sort of is. It actually, I was digging out my decorations at the weekend and I came across it. I'd forgotten all about it. It was actually from a New Year's Eve party a couple of years ago. I thought it's too good to just leave it in a box.
Absolutely. That's, as I always say, dignity, always dignity.
Absolutely. And class, One of the things that actually really marked our Christmases was my grandparents coming to stay. So my mum was from Coleraine, and her mum and dad used to come every Christmas, and of course no cars in those days. Well, not for them, they never had a car, so they used to come on the train, and it was great excitement to go down to the train station. And just like we used to, I don't know, I suppose we'd never been on a train at that point. I remember when they used to leave, actually, we used to get on the train with them and kind of until their train departed, and we sort of used to linger until the last minute. But just that whole thing of meeting them at the train and just the huge excitement of that was just fabulous. And actually having them stay for a few days, I have absolutely no idea where we all fitted into the house because we had no spare rooms, so we must have all squeezed in somewhere. But yeah, that was very much a big part of Christmas in those days. Actually, early in Christmas morning, my younger brother Colin and I used to get up really early while everybody else was still in bed, and we used to the house would have been decorated for Christmas already, but we used to get up and just flying tinsel everywhere. We just went mad. And then when mum and dad got up, they would kind of feign surprise, oh my goodness, where did all this come from? This is amazing, and I think we did it one year, and then it just got to be one of those traditions, and mum and dad still had to get up and feign surprise, for the fifth year in a row.
Even when you're 16 years old, yes, well done.
Oh my goodness, the elves have been, how did all this tinsel appear? First thing in the morning, when you would just go into the living room and it would still be dark, and you would just look round and you would see all the outlines of the presents before anything had been sort of touched or opened. And it was just that magical, almost the anticipation actually that Alan was talking about the other night. I had two brothers, so actually I think I actually spent more time on the Meccano and the Scalextrics and the Lego than I probably did on my Sindy and my Tiny Tears. So I did have a Sindy.
I'm party like Sindy, love my stunning dress.
And my younger brother had an Action Man. And we used to love sending them on adventures together.
Wheel firing grappling hook for awesome abseil action.
I love to sparkle on a party night.
I can remember Action Man had this diving outfit, which I'm sure was really something, it was the full kit. And I can remember us, having him in the bath, and poor old Sindy didn't have the gear,
But she had to join him.
The gear of her life, yeah. And then eventually, I think Cindy's leg fell off or something, and that was maybe she wasn't such a good catch at that stage. But I couldn't really choose one favourite present, and I have to say, I'd be hard pressed not to choose a good old selection box as my best ever. If somebody still gave me a selection box, I would be delighted. Do you remember they used to have they had Cadbury's ones, and they had Mars bar ones, and had Roundtree's ones?
Was there one that was preeminent?
I think Cadbury's probably won the day, But you know what? It was just the fact that actually there was such a variety in them, and you could just choose, you could deliberate over which chocolate bar you were going to eat, or maybe even more than one at once, A couple of things that I remembered, which are definitely going to date me. And actually this came to mind when Catherine was talking about the fashion wheel or something that she was talking about.
Wheel.
It reminded me very much of Spirograph, which was actually one of my favourite things I remember. And I would never consider myself particularly creative, but I think that's what was so good about Spirograph, because it actually allowed you to do things, create all these gorgeous patterns and things without actually being creative yourself. And then the other one, sort of along that theme but slightly different, was Etch-a-Sketch, which I absolutely remember just loving Etch-a-Sketch. It just was so magical, drawing whatever you did, and then you could start all over again.
Absolutely.
It just appeared. Spiritual lesson there, even at that early age, in Etch-a-Sketch.
I was going to try to not turn that into a sermon, but you did it for me.
Absolutely. Adrian will like that one.